Hello student of class 8, let's continue our chapter cell. Today let's discuss about the structure of a cell. All living cells have the same structural organization with a few changes in plants and animal cell. The basic structure of a cell includes cell membrane, or you can say the plasma membrane, then cytoplasm, nucleus, also includes in cell. In figure 7.8, the structure of a plant cell is given. So let's discuss the cell organelles about cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is the outer cover, or you can say the outer layer of the cell. It is very elastic membrane surrounding the cell. It protects the cell and gives it shape. It is semi-permeable, which means it selectively allows the material to go in and out of the cell. All the material of the cell that is enclosed by the cell membrane is called the protoplasm. Student, remember, cell membrane allow which material can go inside the cell and which material can go outside from the cell. So that permission is allowed by cell membrane, and that is why the cell membrane is also called the selectively permeable membrane. Remember, cell membrane is flexible and it has some pores. Through these pores the material can go inside and outside of the cell. Another point you remember, that which material required by the cell. Mostly oxygen, water, nutrition are required by the cell, and carbon dioxide which produced inside the cell should be sent out with the help of plasma membrane. Now cell wall. Cell wall is present only in plant cell. In animal cell, cell wall is absent. In plant cell, there is extra layer present outside the cell membrane, and that is called cell wall. Cell wall is made by a complex substance we call cellulose. Plants are fixed in one place, have to face unfavorable condition, and do not have skeleton for support. The cell wall provides rigidity and protection to the plant cell, and it is made by cellulose. So student, remember, cell wall is absent in animal cell. The outer layer of the cell is called cell membrane, but in plant cell, apart from the cell membrane, another extra cover is there, which is called the cell wall. Cell wall is not flexible, it is rigid, and it gives the support and structure. Hello student, now discuss very important part of the cell, which is called the nucleus. Nucleus is also called the brain of the cell. That means all the control of the cell take place in nucleus. So we can say nucleus is the control center of the cell. It is the largest and most important part of the cell. It is surrounded by a double layer membrane, which is called the nuclear membrane, which is porous, means through this membrane the movement of molecules from cytoplasm and nucleus can take place. Inside the nucleus, a dense fluid called nucleoplasm is present. The smaller spherical structure present within the nucleus is called nucleons, which plays an important part of the protein synthesis. The nucleus contains thread-like structure we call chromatin material. When the cells are about to divide, the chromatin material changes into rod-like structure we call the chromosome. And chromosome carry genes that are responsible for transfer of heredity character from parents to offspring. So student may remember, when cell is about to divide, that time this chromatin material take the structure of rod-like, and we call chromosome. And chromosome contain in gene which are the carrier of heredity, means from parents to the offspring. Whatever transfer carried, that character, whatever transfer from parents to the offspring, this character is carried by the genes only to the next cell. We resemble our parents in many ways as we inherit some genes from them. So remember, whatever the similarity of your structure with your parents, because some character or heredity has transferred in your body from your parent cell, and that carried by the gene only, and gene contained in chromosome. Remember, there are 23 pairs, or we can say 46 chromosomes in human bodies are present. All the information that is needed for the proper functioning of the cell is present in those 46 chromosomes. Depending on the type of nucleus, a cell can be categorized into two main groups. Number one, prokaryotic cell. Another one is eukaryotic cell. Pro meaning is primitive, and karyon means nucleus. Means prokaryotic cells are cells that are lack of well-defined membrane-bound nucleus. The genetic material freely floats on the cytoplasm. Bacteria and cyanobacteria are some example of prokaryotic cell. So student, remember, prokaryotic cell are the cell which do not have well-defined nucleus, and their chromatin material floats on the jelly-like substance, or we can say cytoplasm. And this kind of cell is very small. Another type of cell which found in the multicellular organism, that is called eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cells are big compared to the prokaryotic cell, and in eukaryotic cell the nucleus is well definedly present. Example of eukaryotic cell like multicellular any organism.